Hello, alright guys, welcome to this project on share input / output redirections and filters. Okay, before I proceed, let me say this. For this task, there are a lot of concepts to actually learn, a lot. So I'll try my best to explain, even though I'll try to minimize the number of hours for these videos for this video. So what I'm going to do, I will explain the basics that you need to complete this project. You can actually Google and read more about the other concept which you may want to know. So again, there are about 26 tasks for this project. It's quite much, all right. So we are going to be, doing it and moving as fast as possible from one task to the other, though I'm going to try my best to explain the concept. So first, what is share redirection? Share redirection is defined as changing the way from where command reads input to where they send output. Alright, when you try to modify the way command read input to where they send output, you are doing share redirection, and you can redirect input and output of a command. Alright, of a command. So these are the projects files are there. So let's just look through. Meanwhile, these are the quiz question. You can just go through that. I would have explained that, but we are quite time and the number of projects are doubting, so let's just continue. Okay, so we move directly to the first task. The first task, which is what? Hello world. It said write a script that prints hello world followed by a new line to the standard output. So that is exactly what you are going to be doing right now. So I copy the file name. I move to my terminal. Meanwhile, ensure I've already navigated to the ALX System Engineering directory as well as this other directory. So make sure you've done that. Okay, so I use VI, Control V, define name, I enter it to VI mode. I tap I, insert, to write into the VI mode. So the compulsory first line, hashtag, that exclamation, bin bash. Alright, I do that for the first line. So then they say write a script that prints hello. How do you write a script? To write that, you use the command echo, then whatever they ask you to write, and here they ask us to write hello world. So I'll just go ahead to write that hello world. Alright, sorry, what they gave us, there's a comma here actually. So hello world. So basically we are done writing that. That's just that. I escape out of VI mode, column WQ. So I change my file, I make it executable. If you look at the instructions, is there, all your files must be executable. Let's see that. So here, all your files must be executable. So hope you remember in our last video how to make a file. Meanwhile, the description of this video, the link to that video is there, share basics. You can just go through it. chmod u+x, then file name. So if I list files and directory, you see hello world has turned to a different color, so it's an executable file now. So I git add, since I'm done with that task, I git add, git commit -m, double quote, the name of my commit message, git push, I git push. So let me just input this token. So I believe that is done correctly. So we go and check our code. Let me first clear here. Okay. So I'll make this run. So it's running on the background. So we quickly move to the next task. Confused smiling. Write a script that display a confused smiling. This is what they want us to display. So what do? We copy the name of the file, copy the file name, copy that, Ctrl V to paste in. Alright. Okay, we have to be in the VI mode. Alright. To enter VI, I tap VI, then the name of the file. So I'm in VI mode. I tap I to enter a SAT mode. Our compulsory first line, bin bash. Then we put write a script that displays a confused smiling this. So what do we use? You use echo and what they ask us to display, which is the, let me just copy it and paste it there. Control copy, Control V. That's what they want. But before I exit, I have to, there are a lot of special characters, so I have to exit those special characters. So what do I use to exit special characters? To exit that, I use my single quote, then I come to the end here. To exit this, I'm going to add a backslash. Alright, I'll put a backslash, then I close the single quote which I opened before. So I've done that. So I've done that. I'll exit control or exit column WQ to get out of VI. Alright, so I git add, git commit, commit message, okay. I always commit with the file name, so let me copy that again. So I commit message, Ctrl V, I paste that in, then I git push. Okay, let me just put that in, Ctrl V. Alright, I believe we are done. So we can go ahead to check our code. Before then, let me just clear here. It's done. I've done this task, so that's all checked. So I move quickly to the next task. Let's display a file, display the content of this file. So let's copy the name of the file. First is first. I copy the file name, come here VI, I paste the file name, Ctrl V, I enter into VI mode, I tap I to write into VI. Then you remember compulsory first line, hashtag column exclamation mark, bin bash, then command to display the content of a file. Remember that you use cat to display the content of a file. So cat, what are we displaying? /etc/password. So that's what, so we use cat to display that. Alright, so I believe that has been done rightly. So I escape, column WQ to exit VI. So I make my file executable chmod u plus x then the name of my file, paste that. Alright, so I git add, since I've done that successfully, git add, git commit -m, commit message, then I git push. Copy that to key again, Ctrl V, paste that in. So believe that is done correctly. So clear, check our code. Alright, it's all checked. That means we are correct. I move directly to the next task. What about 2? It said display the content of these 2 files. Display the content of those 2 files. So let's copy the file name. Let's copy the file name. VI. I paste that, Ctrl V, I enter VI mode, I tap I. Sorry, just a glitch here. Okay, they are telling me that they found a swap. Okay, I don't want that. I want to recover my file, so I tap arrow. Okay, enter. Alright, so okay, enter insert mode. That's our compulsory first line, so it's there. So remember we are in the third for tags, so I don't want this. Cat etc pass word. Then what else are we writing to that? Look at it here, etc/host. etc/host. So I put that in. So I believe that is done correctly. So I escape, column WQ, get out of VI, chmod to make my u plus x to make my file executable, u plus x, then the file name. So if I check, if I ls, you see it's an executable file. Okay. So I git add, git commit, Ctrl V, commit message, then I git push. I just paste this, copy, Ctrl V, I paste that. So that has been done correctly, I believe. But let's go ahead and check our code. So I come here, to check my code. So it's all checked. I close this and move directly to the next task, which is here, last lines of a file. Display the last 10 lines of that file. So first is first, I copy the name of the file, VI, I paste the name of that file using Ctrl A V. I enter VI mode, I tap I to enter a start mode. Our compulsory first line bin bash. Then how do I display the first line of display the last 10 lines of that file? So to display last 10 lines, the command is tail. Why? To display the first lines, the first few lines, or it can be 10, you use what? Head. So since we are displaying last lines of a file, we are going to use the command tail. I believe you understand that. So you use tail to display the first lines of a file. So tail was the file name, etc/password. Alright, so I believe this has been done correctly. So I exit :wq, I get out of vi, chmod, I make my file executable u+x, our file name, I paste that. Alright, so since I've done that, I git add, git commit -m, my commit message, then I git push. So we are done with that task. Again, let me clear this and let's go and check our code. Check here again. Alright, it's all checked. That means we are correct. We move directly to the next task. I prefer the first ones actually. Okay, display the first 10 lines of this file. So first things first, I copy the file name, copy that, then vi Ctrl V, I paste that, I enter VI mode, I tap I to enter a SAT to write into VI, a compulsory first line, bin bash. So how do you, I told you earlier that to display the first few lines of a file you use head, while to display the last few lines of a file you use tail. So since we are displaying the first 10 lines, we are going to use what? Head. So I believe that is you understand. It's easy to understand. So what's the name of the file? etc password. Alright, so I believe this is all done. So I exit :wq, so I get out of vi, I make my file executable chmod u+x, so AV, name of file, it's executable now. I git add, git commit -m, our commit message, paste that, then I git push. Copy my token, I paste that. We are done with that task, so let me clear here and let's check our code, the moment you'll be waiting for. So check code, check your code. So it's all checked, we are correct. We move to the next task. Line 2, write a script that displays the third line of the file I act A. Alright, so first is first, we copy the name of our file, which is this. I copy that, so I come here, vi file name, I paste that, I enter VI mode, I tap I to go into a start mode. I put in my compulsory first line of code, bin bash. Then how do I do that? So write a script that displays the third line of a file I act A. So to display, I told you to display first line, you use head. Last few lines, tail. But they are specific this time. The display the third line of the file. So we are going to do head dash theory. Then it's I act A. That's what the file. Then there's also we are writing all of that. Okay, let's just look at the instruction. Write a script that display the third line of the file this. The file will be in the working directory. You are not allowed to use sed. Alright, so let's go back to our terminal. So I display that, the file name, is that done? No, I have to write all of that into, sorry, I use a what do you call that? Just a slash, straight one. Alright, follow through. There might be these few tasks are quite easier than what we experience later, so try and understand what we are doing now. Do tail -1. So this is the how to do these tasks. Alright, this is how to do these tasks. Look very critically, look through it, and you see that is that. So I escape, column WQ, I get out of VI, chmod u+x, my file name to make it executable. So I git add, git commit, my commit message, then I git push. Just copy this. So I believe we are done. Let's clear the screen right now, then we'll go back to check our code. So check your code. We are all checked, so that means we are correct. So we move directly to the next task. It is a good file that cuts iron without making a noise. Please, for this, I want you to look critically at what we are doing here. So this might be one of the this is quite complicated. This 7 tasks is quite complicated, so look through. I want you to follow every step. Whatever I type, look through it very well. I'll try to do the little explanation I can. Alright, so first things first, I copy the file name, copy that, then VI, Control V, I paste the file name, tap I start to enter start mode, bin bash. So the instruction is write a shell script that creates a file named exactly this. Alright, containing the text best school ending by a new line. Okay, so that is what they want us to do. So, and that is exactly what we are going to do. So to do that, to write a script, you use echo. So use echo. All right. So to write that script, we are going to use echo. But look at, they said the script must be ended by what? A new line. So like I said, for this question, follow through please. It's a lot of people will get it mixed up and their tags will not be checked. So let's do that, guys. Alright, so bin bash, we have typed that first line in. So I said we use echo to, to echo that, to write into that file. We use echo. So what do they ask us to write? This text, best school. So they want us to put in that text, best school. So I use double quote, best school. Close that. Please follow through. Then the name of the script they want us to write. Alright, so to do that, I use my greater than sign. So since I've written the text they want me to write, then the name of that creates the file. So since I'm creating this file, I have to use the greater than sign to output. Please go through your basic materials they gave in the program. To output that, I use greater than. So greater than sign, and what am I outputting? I copy this file, copy exactly the way it is. Alright, Ctrl C, I copy, I come back to my terminal, Ctrl AV, I paste. Are we done? Not yet, not yet. There are a lot of special characters here again, a lot of special characters in this file. So what we are going to be doing right now, we are going to be exiting those special characters. Alright, that's what we are going to be doing now. So to exit those special characters, there's a backslash here. So to do that, we are going to, okay, let me move my cursor here. We are going to use 2 backslashes to exit each of the backslash. Don't know if I'm making sense. We are using 2 backslashes to exit each of the backslash. So there's a backslash here, so I put 2 additional backslash. Alright, so there are 2 backslashes here, so I add 2 additional backslash. Please follow to exit that. Okay, then there's another special character here after backslash. There's another special character here, which is what? That single quote. To exit that single quote, I'm going to use a double quote. Alright, I'm using a double quote to exit that single quote. So have we done that? I proceed. Then you have, after that single quote, I move on. Then you have a double quote. Can I use another double quote to exit a double quote? No. To exit that second double quote, that's the double quote of that best school, I use another backslash. Alright, I use another backslash. So I've exited that double quote. So there's a second double quote here after school. So can you guess how to exit that double quote? We use a backslash again. Alright, please follow. We have exited that second double quote. Alright, that second double quote have been exited by a backslash. Then there is we have a quote here, a single quote. no, we have a backslash. We have a backslash. So to exit that, this time I'm going to use a single backslash. All right. Oh, sorry, not there. I put in a single backslash to exit that second after the double quote we exited. To exit that, I put a backslash. All right. Then okay. Then we continue. You discover that after that single quote, after the single quote, there are two double quotes. So to exit those two double quotes, I add exactly 3 double quotes to exit those two double quotes. All right. So please follow. Then there is a white card here. There's a white card. So to exit that white card, I'm going to use a backslash. Sorry. After that double, I use a backslash. All right. Then there's a dollar sign. There's a dollar sign and a backslash. So to exit those ones, I use 2 backslashes. I use 2 backslashes to exit that. Then there's a question mark and a backslash. So to exit those, I use 2 backslashes. All right. And after that, then you have white card. How many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to add 2 backslashes to each of those backslashes that are already there. I don't know if you get that. I'm going to add 2 backslashes to each of those backslashes that are there. Okay. Sorry, not there. Making 3 all together. So I've added there. I add to the next one 2 backslashes. I add to the next one 2 backslashes. I add to the next one 2 backslashes. All right. So that is that. Again, that exited those ones. There's another white card. I use 1 backslash to exit that. So sorry, 1 backslash to exit that. Then there is a column. I use a backslash to exit that column. So like I said, this is one of the most difficult tasks in this project. So please look through critically. All right, just look through what I've done, and I believe you are going to get it. You are going to get it. Okay. All right. Let's just look through again. Echo best school. Do that. You write that. You output this text in this file. Have to exit those that backslash, you use 2 backslashes. To exit those 2, you use 3, just like that. Then you exit those special characters and that. Please, that is that. There's I have to. I believe what I've explained is explanatory enough, so for you to understand what we have done here. So let me escape. Column WQ. I exit VI. So I get, sorry, I have to make my file executable. chmod, the name of my file. This is what I copied last, hence this is what displayed, but I have to copy the file name. chmod u plus x, Ctrl A V, paste file name to make it executable. So I git add, git commit -m, my commit message, and I git push. All right, I copy this. So that has been pushed successfully. Let me first clear here. So let's check our code, guys. So it's all checked. Congratulations. It was a doubting task. We'll move to the next task. Save current state of directory. Save current state of directory. First things first, like we have been doing, we copy the name of the file. Copy. Ctrl A V. Sorry, I have to type VI. Ctrl A V to paste the file name. Press tab. I'm in VI mode. I tap insert to write in this in the VI mode. So my compulsory first line, start bin bash. So let's go back and look through what we have. It said write a script that writes into the file the result of the command ls/la. You know what that does? It outputs hidden files in the long format. That's this la. The ls to list your file. If the file ls, if this file name already exists, it should be overwritten. If the file ls does not exist, create it. So this is what we are going to be doing right now. So write a script that writes into the file that. So how do you do that? That write it to that the result of the command ls/la. So to do that, we use ls la. All right. So we are writing into this, and if it exists before, override it. So you are using a single greater than sign. But if you use double greater than like this, that means do not override the file if it exists, or display do not override the file if it exists. But the question says override the content of the file. Anything that was there before, display the new one. All right. So we are going to output this ls/la inside the file, this file that they asked us, So I copy this file, copy that, Ctrl A V, I paste that. So this will be written into this file. ls/la will be written into this file. So that is that. I escape, column wq, get out of vi chmod u plus x, our file name. I need to copy that again. This I've done a lot of other copy and pasting. File name, Ctrl A V, I paste that. So having made the file executable, I git add, git commit -m, my commit message, I paste that in, then I git push. Copy this, paste that. So we are done with this task. Let me clear here, and I'm quite certain we are correct, but let's check our code. So it's all checked. That means we are correct. This task has been completed. We move to the next. Duplicate the last line. Write a script that duplicates the last line of the file I act A. We are here, number 9. So first is first, we copy the file name. Ctrl C to copy. I come to my terminal, VI, Ctrl AV to paste. In the VI mode, I tap I to enter insert mode. Our compulsory first line, bin bash. Let's face our task now. So what's the challenge? It said write a script that duplicates the last line of the file I act A, this file, and the item will be in the working directory. So to do that, they said write a script that duplicates the last line. So how do we duplicate the last line? Talking about the last line, what do we use? If it's the first line, use head, right? The last line, use what? Tail. All right. So you use tail. Then we are going to introduce another character n that display match line and line number. Write a script that duplicates the last line of the file this. So what we are going to do, let me just write the command, then I'll do some explanations. So this tail is telling us that we are writing the last line of the file. We are working on the last line of the file, this tail. Then this n is telling us that we are displaying matched line and line number. So the line that matches, that's what we are displaying. And one goes with we are talking about the last line, so we are inputting 1. all right, putting 1 that duplicate the last line of the file will be in the working directory. So since we are inputting this file, we are going to use the less than sign. Okay, then we write the file name, which is I act A. That's the file name that is there. Then all of these will be outputted in this file name, which is I act A. If you notice, I'm using double greater than sign, double greater than. Why? Because here the question did not ask us to override the initial content of this file. All right, it said just duplicate the last line, and if it does, if this output correctly, it means that any content of the file will still be there. All right, this is going to add to it. I don't know, this what we are typing now will be added to the initial content inside that file before now. That is what the double quote, double greater than sign stands for. But if I use just a single greater than sign here, is going to override any content that was initially there and print this this content and print what we typed now. All right, so just understand that. I believe that is clear enough. So exit column WQ, I get out of VI. chmod, I make my file executable u plus x. Sorry, u plus x. My file name. So I git add, I believe I'm done there. I git add, git commit -m, commit message have been pasted. Then we git push. Copy my token, paste that, and that is done. Alright, congrats, we have successfully pushed that. So let me just clear this and let's check our code. It's all checked. We are correct. So we head straight to the next task. No more JavaScript. So for this, write a script that delete all the regular files, not the directories, with the .js extension that are present in the current directory and a sub folder. So I copy the file name. First things first. Copy that. Come here, Vi. Control V, I paste that and enter V. I tap I to enter a start mode. Our compulsory first line must be in this script. Bin bash. So it said, question is, write a script that deletes all the regular files, not the hidden directories, with a .js extension that are present in the current directory and all is sub directory. So how to delete regular files? So that's what we are looking at right now. So we are going to introduce a command called find. Please also read through the locate command. They work in similar manner. Find and locate, they work in similar manner. So it said delete of all regular files. So we are going to find those files. After find, they said also delete all the regular files, not the directories, with a .js extension that are present in the current directory. How do you indicate the current directory? You use dot, right, to indicate the current directory. So we are using type. It goes with this command find. Which type of file are we finding? Which type of file? That is what this type, which type is asking the question, the type of file that we are finding. And the type of file is what? Regular files. How do we indicate regular files? We use what? F. Alright, F to indicate regular files. You can read through. There are other ways of indicating files, like D to indicate directory, L symbolic links, C character, and B block devices. So these are just types of files that I just read. You can always go through that. There is no enough time to do a detailed explanation for that. So we are indicating regular files. That's why that F is there. Then dash name, the file name. That's what this name is doing there. So what is the file name? Dot JavaScript. That is with a .javascript extension, .js. So .javascript. Is it just .java? They said all the regular files, not with a dot, all. So how do I do that? How do I indicate all of them? So if you have been following with our previous work, we use a wildcard. So a wildcard, oh sorry, the wildcard, what it does is to, we have inputted, all of these here. So that is why we have inputted special characters. So this wildcard helps us clear all of that. So that is that. So what are we doing to the .js files? Alright, what are we doing to the .js files? We are deleting them. Okay, we are deleting them. So dash delete. Okay, are we done? Before I exit, just put these ones in double quotes. Okay, put this in double quotes, close that double quote. So I believe that is that. If you follow with what I have done, I believe you should be able to get this. Not as complicated as you think. Alright, so I escape, column WQ, start of VI, I make my file executable, chmod u+x, paste my file name, I git add, git commit -m, I paste in my commit message, then I git push. I copy this, paste in that token, and there you go. We are done with that task. Let's check our code right now to know if we are correct. We can still check that. So I've done that before now. It's all checked. That means we are correct. So we move straight. We head to the next task. Don't just count your directory, make your directories count. Write a script that counts the number of directory and subdirectory in the current directory. The current and period directory should not be taken into account. Hidden files should be counted. So that is that. First things first, I copy my file name. Copy vi, I paste in my file name. So I tap I to insert, to write into vi mode, and compulsory first line of code bin bash. So write a script. What are we doing here? So write a script that counts the number of directories and subdirectories in the current directory. The current and period directory should not be taken into account. So that is what we are going to do now. So just follow. Like we did, we are going to find our directory. So we use a dot to indicate that it is the current directory. Then we indicate the type of file we are targeting, and we are targeting what type of file. The number that count the number of directories and subdirectory in the current directory. So since we are talking about directories, that is the type of our file, we use what? D. This stands for directory. That's not what I hope you have not forgotten what I explained in the last task, where we use what? F for regular files. So we are using D this time. Alright. So dash. It said the current and period directory should not be taken into account. So we are not taking into account the current and period directory. So we use NOT to denote that, and then we go ahead to talk about the name of the directory. We are not taking into account. So the name of the directory we are not taking into account, and that is what? The current and parent directory. So but these have to be in single quotes. Before are we done? Not yet. We are going to do a word count, WC, of all of this. Write a script that count the number of that we are counting. So that is what word count. That's what WC stands for. Alright. Then we are going to use L for that. Okay. Count the number of directory and subdirectory in the current directory. Number of directory and subdirectory. So find, what are we finding? The current directory, this dot, the type of file, directory, that's what this stands for, which is, and we are not taking account the parent directory and the current directory, not find name of what we are not taking account, dot, and word count that. So I believe that is clear enough. Escape, column WQ. I make my file executable, chmod u plus x. File name, I git add all, git commit -m, my commit message. I paste in my commit message. Then I do a git push. Copy this token, Ctrl AV. We might not have to do that. So we are done. We have pushed our code successfully. Let me clear this. So let's check if we are correct. So let's run that check. Check your code. It's all checked. That means our code is correct. So we move to the next task. What's new? Write a script that displays the 10 newest files in the current directory. Requirement 1 file per line, sorted from the newest to the oldest. So first things first, again we copy the file name. I copy that. I do vi, I paste in my file name. Insert to paste to write into vi. A compulsory first line must be written bin bash. So what are we doing here? Said write a script. Create a script that displays the 10 newest files in the current directory. Alright, that is what exactly we are going to be doing. The 10 newest files in the current directory. So to list that, the current directory. So we are going to list. To list, what do you use to list? You use ls. Oh, sorry, I have to come to my terminal. To list, you use what? ls. All right. The first, since first newest lines, so that's talking about the first lines, right? Not last. If it's last, you use tail. If it's first, you use head. So but this time they gave us a number 10 newest lines. So because of that, we are going to use T1. Whenever they talked about 10 lines, you use T1. All right. So and we are going to do this vertical line. You hold your shift on your keyboard, the key directly below backspace. Press that after you hold your shift, then that is head, because we are talking about first newest line, that is head. If it's last newest line, last line, we talk about tail. So I believe this is clear enough. So I exit column wq with vi chmod. I make my file executable u plus x, file name, then I git add git commit -m Ctrl AV, my commit message. Then I git push. Let me just paste this. So that is, so our code has been pushed successfully. First, let me clear here, and I believe we are correct, but let's just check to be sure. So let's check our code. So you see it's all checked, we are correct. So move to the next task. 13. Being unique is better than being perfect. That's correct if you ask me. Try and be unique. So it said create a script that takes a list of words as input and print only words that appear exactly once. So first let's copy our file name. I do copy vi, I paste my file name, a compulsory first line, Okay, I enter start mode and put my first line hash bin bash. Alright, so the question says create a script that display the no, not that. Okay, being unique, create a script that takes a list of words as input and print only words that appear exactly once. Alright, so how do we do this? A script that takes a list of words as input and print only words that appear exactly once. So how do we do this? We are going to introduce another command this time called sort. Help me sort out this list. Alright, that's what sort does. And we input that vertical line, alright, command. I said it's below, immediately below backspace. You hold your shift and tap that key. So they said only words that appear exactly once. So we are looking for words that are unique. Command unique. What does this unique command do? It ensure every line is unique. Alright, that is the requirement. Every line is unique. Alright, a words as input and print only words that appear exactly once. Alright, so then lastly we are going to use u command. Alright, so that is that. Since we are done with this, I tap escape, colon WQ, I get out of VI chmod u plus x, the name of my file, I change it to an executable file, then I git add, git commit -m, I paste in my commit message, then I git push. Copying this token, Ctrl V and git push. Alright, that will be pushed successfully. So let me clear my screen and check our code if we are correct. Alright, let's check our code. Check code. It's all check, that means we are correct. We head to the next task. It must be in the file. Display lines containing the pattern root from the file. This is the file name that they want us to display the line containing the pattern, this pattern root. Alright, so let me first copy my file name, copy that, vi, I paste in the file name, enter into vi, put in my first compulsory line of code, bin bash, so how do we do that? How to display lines containing the pattern root from the file dash. So we are going to introduce another command. Please listen attentively, and that is grep. So let me write that and I will explain. So we are introducing another command called grep or grep, and it stands for global search for regular expression printout. Global search for regular expression printout. So look at the question. It said display line containing the pattern root from this file. So we are displaying lines that contain pattern root. So we are going to use the command grep, and I said it stands for what? Global search for regular expression print out. So that is what we are doing right now. So dash I. What does that I do? That I is indicate that it's telling us ignore case for matching. So do not take into account case differences. There is uppercase and lowercase. Ignore that. Ignore case matching. All right. So that is what I is telling us in case case insensitive. Do a case insensitive search. I think that explains it better. That's what I is doing. Do a case insensitive what search. So after that, so the containing the pattern, the name of the pattern is root. All right, we put that, and the name, the file name, the access to etc pattern. All right, I believe that this has been explained. If it is in password, sorry, not pattern, password. All right, so this explanatory enough. Since we have done this, I escape, wq, make my file executable, chmod u+x, my file name, git add, git commit -m, my commit message, and I git push. So I copy this, paste that in, and I push my code. So it has been pushed successfully. Again, let me clear this, and I believe you are correct 100%, but let's check our code. You have to do that to be certain or to be sure we are correct. So check your code. It's running, it's all checked. Congratulations, this is correct. So move to the next task immediately. Task 15, count that word. Display the number of lines that contain the pattern bin in the file this. So that's what we are going to be doing. So I copy the file name, copy vi, control vi, paste the name of the file name, insert a compulsory first line, bin bash, so display the number of lines that contain the pattern bin in the file this. So again, we are going to use our grep or grep command. I say it stands for global search for regular expression printout. So we use the command grep. Again, they said display the number of lines that contain the pattern. So the pattern that in the file. So again, we are doing a case insensitive search. So I use I for case insensitive search. So what's the name of the pattern? Bin. That's our pattern name. Pattern name is bin, and the file name is etc/password. All right, are we done? Not yet, really. We are going to again put this vertical line command after immediately below the backspace. Hold your shift and press that key. We are doing a word count, so we are going to use WC. Said display the number of lines that contain the pattern. Since we are displaying the number of lines, we are displaying it into this part. So that is why we are using this vertical line command. We are displaying the number of lines. All right. So we do a word count and -l, that goes with that. So since we are counting the number of lines, so I think that is explanatory enough. So I escape colon WQ chmod to change mode, U+X. I want to make my file executable, file name. So I do git add, git commit -m, my commit message, and I do git push. I copy my turkey again, Ctrl V, I paste that, and it's pushed. So I clear my screen and we check our code. I believe we are correct. Let's do that check. So it's all checked, meaning our code is correct. So I move. What's next? Display the lines containing the pattern root and 3 lines after them in the file that file name etc/. So first things first, I copy my file name, vi, I paste my file name, Ctrl V, insert mode. So I put in my compulsory first line, bin bash. So what they want us to do here is display the line containing the pattern. Display the line containing the pattern root and 3 lines after them in the file, in that file. So that is the instruction. So how do we do that? So we will be displaying lines in a pattern. So we use the command group grep, and I've explained that. So we are doing a case insensitive search once again. So I put -a and we are locating odd. So in what line? It said display display lines containing the pattern root and 3 lines after them in the file that. So 3 lines after them. Okay. What's the name of the file? The pattern name. Sorry, the pattern name is root. Okay, it has to be in lowercase. So root. After them. So that's the pattern name, and the name of the file, etc password. Alright, so that is the command done. Look through it. So since you are done with that, I exit vi :wq. So I make my file executable, chmod U+X, file name, git add all of the files, git commit, commit message, and git push. So that has been done. We have pushed successfully. Let me clear here. Now let's check our code. So let's run the check. All checked. That means we are correct. So we move to the next task. 17. I hate beans. Display all the lines in the file etc that do not contain the pattern bin. Display all the lines in the file this that do not contain the pattern bin. So first things first, I copy my file name. I do vi Ctrl+V to paste. I enter vi, enter insert mode. Alright, then my compulsory first line, bin bash. So haven't done that. It said display all the lines in the file, that file etc/password that do not contain the pattern bin. So to display patterns, use group rep. Once again, group grep, sorry, not grep, which stands for global search for regular expression printout. So what type of file this time? Display all the lines in the file that do not. What type of file? All the files. So this time we use a command, introducing a command v, and I will explain what it does. V helps to print all lines that do not match the pattern. So that is what v does. Okay, it prints all lines that do not match a certain pattern. Okay, that do not match a certain pattern. I would have loved to explain further, but you know, trying to beat time, and this video should have exceeded 1 hour by now. So just know that v help to print all lines that do not match a particular pattern. So that is what that v does. So what is the name of our pattern? Bin. That's our pattern name. Then we put in the name of the file, etc/password. Alright, so I believe that is done. That is done. So skip column wq zvi chmod u+x name of my file to make it executable. So put on that, I do git add all files, git commit -m, my commit message, and I do git push. Copy this token, Ctrl+V to paste, and I push. Alright, believe this has been done successfully. So let's check our code to confirm. Let's do another check. So it's all checked, and that means we are correct. So that is that. Okay, we move to the next task. Let us only please. Let us only please. So display all lines of the file this starting with a letter. Okay, so display all lines of the file that starting with a letter. That's the file name. So let me copy the file name. First, copy vi control av file name sat I to enter sat mode, a compulsory first line, bin bash, so how do we do that? To display all lines of the file, that file starting with a letter, then it says include capital letters as well. So again, we are going to use the grep command, grep. So again, we are going to use I, and do you remember what I said I stand for? I help us do a case insensitive search. So do not take into consideration the case sensitivity. So that's all what I does, and all the files starting with a letter. So what are the files? They are basically talking about alphabet. All right, alphabet. Okay, so what are our alphabets? Alphabets are A to what? Remember that our alphabet are A to Z. So that is what we are going to be doing now. Since our alphabet, like I said, are A to Z, so put that, since they are asking us for alphabet. So since we have inputted that A to Z, we are going to enclose it. We are going to do a test. Don't worry, I'm going to explain that by using our square bracket. All right. So this is a single text to determine if condition is true or false. But if it is a double test, if it is double quote, that sometimes we might use a double quote, a double bracket, square bracket. So since I've used special characters, I'm going to exit those special characters. All right, but then I need to put in this character too. Sorry, not there. Need to add that. Okay, then I've used a lot of special characters and I need to exit them. So how do you do that? We use a single quote. So have we exited that? I exit the next, I close it off with another single quote. So it's all clear now. There are no highlighted elements. It's all clear. So that's how you do that. So what's the file name? This. Copy that. Okay. So I paste it here. Control V, paste. That's the file name. So that is that. We are done with that. So I exit. Column WQ. chmod u plus x, the name of our file. Copy that. I think that I haven't done a lot of copy and pasting. I have to copy that again. Control V. So I git add. I do git commit with a commit message. Put in my commit message. Then I do a git push. Copy. I paste in that, and I push. All right, it has been pushed successfully. So let's check our code. Let's do a check. All right, it's all checked. All right, guys. I believe we still have, this is the 18th task and 19th, 20th task, and the advanced tasks are there too. So they are 26. I believe total 26. So we are in the 18th, so we still have 8 tasks to go. I'll do that definitely, but I don't want this video to be too long, so I will have to stop this now and do a second part that will cover the others completely. I won't miss out any task, so I'll just stop this and start another recording again to cover the other 8 tasks that are left. Okay, please hang it there. After watching this video, the link to the other video will definitely be in the description section of this video. Okay, please subscribe to this channel to put out our work out there so that other people in this program can benefit. All right, thank you. I'll see you in the next video. I'm doing that immediately now. So